Hi, it's Miles Red Songbird, Eve, Mother of the Earth, Evangeline, in New York City. I'm doing this video to talk about dates, but before I get to that, I want to mention that I've done 6 collages, large collages, which Sheila, the art director, has placed in the residence here, St. Francis of Assisi, Residence 3. My daughter Robin Birdsong was St. Francis of Assisi. Sheila was Leonard Bernstein projection. And she told me today that Father Tom, the founder of the residence, and the residence 1 and 2 also, said that he cannot allow collage, political collage. I said, what are you talking about? She said, well, you had Trump on the collage. And I said, the President of the United States, we can't present a photograph of the President of the United States. Well, you know, it's not my president. I said he's a duly elected president. Well, the Electoral College wasn't a popular vote. I said, well, we are not a democracy. We don't go by majority rules. We go by the Constitution rules. We are a constitutional republic. It's absolutely astounding. And then she said, well, he doesn't go by the Constitution. I said, yes, he does. But it is absolutely astounding to me that the people do not understand that we are not a mob rules. We are a constitutional republic. What do they think we're talking about? The founders, the genius and integrity of the founders all the time, because we were founded based on the Constitution that they work like dogs to hammer out and make perfected. However, they did say this Constitution is for an educated religious population. We are no longer educated, as they have dumbed down the schools. They've removed phonics, which teaches the sounds of the English language, so people don't know how to read and don't know how to spell. They removed Latin, and I don't know if we ever had Greek, the foundation of the words we use. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you, that I have been censored, that we cannot put, this is astounding to me, and we had that traitor, that unqualified, born in Kenya, the so-called President Barack Hussein. His last name caused a bomb to us, so I don't like to use his last name. And his wife, this is the so-called First Lady. Can you imagine a First Lady allowing a wrestler to pick her up with her mouth open like that? This is a First Lady of a superpower, of the leaders of the free world. Look at this. Now, this looks like a First Lady. And this, I have a picture here, that looks like a First Lady. This is Melania Trump. She was Florence Nightingale, a nurse, a hero nurse before, in her past life. And she was a Pickaninny twin. The other Pickaninny twin was Valerie Jarrett. You see what a mistake we made in voting for her and her husband. He was the 10th Sikh Guru, Gobind Singh Ji, Jesus Christ conscience, man, soul, guru, who took power at 9 years old because his father, the 9th Sikh Guru, Teeg Bahadur, had been beheaded by Muslims. The president of the former president of the United States was a Muslim, Barack Hussein. That's a Muslim name. He was trained as a Muslim. His father was a Muslim. He was a Muslim. That's why he would celebrate Ramadan in the White House and call off the White House prayer meeting. You see. But anyway, Teague Bahadur was also had the conscience of Jesus Christ. This is and so this is Vice President Mike Pence, President Trump. They were both saints. You understand? That's why they have so much power, and that's why he's accomplished more in 2 years than the other presidents accomplished in 8 years. This is their son, Barron, a dignified young man. Okay, so it's near Christmas time. This is my front door, and this is the Supreme Beam. This is the sky. I took a picture of the sky, and these are photographs. This is a announcement that we are mainstreaming clues to the marginalized here. It's about Govinda Singh Ji, Jesus Christ. Okay. And these are pictures of 2 of the collages I've made. I've done 6. All right, so let's read about the dates. This is from the book Tony Robbins, Money, Master the Game. He was President Abraham Lincoln in his past life, and he was the husband of Eve, mother of the earth, daughter of the sun. Okay. I wrote it down so I would be organized. How to make that wedding happen. I took this from Tony Robbins' book, Money, Master the Game. Master. Ma, as, A-S, saint, S-T. And saints are the genius, the perfect people. Trusted. Energy, her. Okay. Her energy is to be trusted. Anything that's important, anything that's focused on, energy flows into it. This is from Tony Robbins wrote this. Wherever focus goes, energy flows. That's something to remember. If your life's not working, ask yourself, what am I focusing on? What am I putting energy into? Massive action is a cure-all. If it's a must, not just a should, you'll find a way. If you're willing to do whatever it takes, you still have to execute your plan carefully and keep adapting your approach. Effort with effective execution creates magic. Step 1. Unleash your hunger and desire and awaken laser-like focus. If you're going to remember that you're the creator of your life and not just the manager of your life's circumstances, first you must reconnect to the things you have created consciously. Take a moment and jot down 3 or 4 of those things, not just giant accomplishments. Sometimes the little things that seem difficult or impossible when conquered or realized provides us with essential lessons on how to achieve the big things. The law of familiarity says that if we're around anything or anyone long enough, we tend to take things a little bit for granted. So awaken to your appreciation and jot down your list now. Second, you have to review what steps you took to turn your dream into reality. Take a moment right now, select one of these things you have achieved. What were some of the first actions you took? Jot them down now. How did you take something that seemed impossible and weave it into your life? How did you create it? It's a process we all go through. It's a matter of 3 steps. Step 1, again, unleash your hunger and desire and awaken laser, is that laser? Yeah, laser-like focus. Step 2, you take massive and effective action. If your desires is truly unleashed and you are obsessively focused on what you want, you will be called to do whatever it takes to make your dream a reality. Step 3. Some call it luck, coincidence, fate, or God's hand. I call it grace. The acknowledgement that there's more in this world than just ourselves, and that perhaps a higher power. Note, a horse is a higher power. We need the highest power, not a higher power. The highest power, Gurinder Singh Ji, Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, the Buddha, St. Valentine, to pull us up where we belong. God, lift us up where we belong. Who sang that? Somebody sang that. Standing on our own 2 feet, so he can show us that he is giving us the privilege of this life, as well as the gifts of insight and guidance when we're open to them. It's amazing how when you take care of the first 2 steps, Sage Energy presents solutions. God or the universe or grace, whatever you like to call it, tends to step in and support what you are doing. Things flow to you when you do your part first. We've all experienced the phenomenon of serendipity. Something happens that defies explanation. We that was a mistake, but then I decoded the mistake word no, and it says, we can now have kinfolks. Our kinfolks now have all the facts. Eve, our mother, is the kin I'm just talking about. We call it the more, I didn't write down what we call it. Oh, we call it coincidence? Yeah. There's no such thing as a coincidence. The more you acknowledge and appreciate the grace that is already in your life, the more you experience the gifts that are already beyond what you've created. I've had it happen many times in my life, says Tony Robbins, and I know it's real. I also know that gratitude, he's saying, I know it is I. He's saying he knows he's real. That's why he's accomplished so much. He has a helicopter, a mansion, best friend. This book, he's interviewing 50 billionaires. So he knows the most powerful people in creation. And it's because he knows he's real. So if he knows he's real, he knows his power. If he knows his power, he can use his powerful. Therefore, he's powerful, full of power, and he knows it. You see? That's why Socrates, when I was Socrates, I said, know thyself. I should have said, know thyself, because we have many selves in our head from past lives. I also know that gratitude connects you to grace, and where you're grateful, there is no anger, no fear. Grateful decoded. Great rate full. Great rate full. Great 8. Tolerate full. A person is able to fully tolerate the great he ate, chewed, swallowed, and digested. Your good fate. You fully ate. You fully ate. She in wonder aloud wedding. That's from Swallowed. She wondered aloud wedding. Okay, we were talking about dates, now she's allowing a wedding. Trusted her. Trusted her, us, U.S. Saint Terrestrial Energy daughter of the Supreme Being, the Sun, on heaven, on earth. The Sun, that should be S-O-N. That should be S-U-N. The S-O-N of the S-U-N, Govinda Singh Ji, is also Jesus Christ, Santa Claus, the Buddha, St. Valentine, the Guru of Love, Barry White, he projected himself as. So, are you ready to become the creator of your life, not just the manager of your circumstances? Do you know what you're really investing for? An angel, Evangeline income coming into your life? Are your dreams becoming a part of you, a must that your unconscious mind focuses on night and day? Are you willing to do what it takes to make them a reality? Reality, zeal, I feel, real. So if you're not sure you're alive, you can't do anything with your life. Some people still in the womb, but he knows he's a real man. Then it's time to turn the page and do what so many others fail to do. It's time to make a plan. A plan. This is the plan. E.T. entered mild red, his territory. Now, love enters in the form of a blaze of glory. Mother Eve's going to tell the details of the Supreme Being's daughter story. Story decoded. See, terrestrial Adam ordered her eyes. Eve says, I do, yes. I, energy source. Okay, Eve admits and realizes that she is the source of energy because she is the daughter of the source of energy, the sun. Okay, so from a date has been allowed a wedding date. Okay, that's how you do it. You're gonna have to listen to the videos, to this video again and again to master these 3 steps to getting that wedding happening. Okay, it's Mild Red, Songbird in New York City. I'll talk to you again when I have more to tell you. Bye-bye.